Today we'll be learning about place values in decimals, rounding decimals, fractions to decimals, and decimals to fractions. We'll be starting off with place values in decimals. And basically what we have to know is that behind the decimal point, so pretend we have like 2 here, we know that this is the ones place and this is the tens place. But behind here, behind the decimal point, the very first one behind the decimal point is called the tens, and the second one is called the hundreds. So that's basically all we have to know for right now. And after that, it's a thousands place. So basically, it's the same thing except for you add like THS. So it becomes like tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Okay. So basically, that's all you have to know for now. And number one asks in 401.64, what is the tens place? As you can see, it's the one right after behind the decimal, so this will be the 6. And now for number 2 asks in 78.90, what is the in which place is it 9? And the 9 is right behind the decimal, so it's the tens place, so it's going to be the tens place. So for number 2, it's going to be tens. Number 3, in 832.069, what digit is in the hundreds place? So hundreds place is the second one. So it feels like this. Behind the decimal point is the second one. It would be the 6, right? So which is in the hundreds place, so 6. And number 4, in 872.983, in which place is a 3 in? The 3 is after the hundreds, and then what's after the hundreds is the thousands. So it's going to be the thousands place. Now moving on to rounding decimals. It says round to the nearest hundred. And as you guys know, this one right here is going to be hundreds because it's tens, hundreds, thousands, hundreds. So if you look at the hundreds, what's behind the hundreds is a 1. So you don't round, so you just round down to 0.51. Number 2, round to the nearest hundreds one more time. It's going to be the 8. And you look behind the 8 is a 2. So it's just going to be 2.98. Number 3, nearest tens is just right after the decimal point. Is the 2 behind the 2 is an 8. So you round up to 9.3. And let's just do one more. Number 4, it's going to round to the nearest thousands. So that's going to be 3 places behind. So tens, hundreds, and thousands. So it's a 9. We look at the 9. Behind the 9 is a 2. So you just round down to 0.389. Now moving on to fractions to decimals. So basically, we know that 3/10 is equal to what decimal? And as we know, anything over 3 or out of tens, if it's 3, it's just going to be 0.3. And 1/2 is going to be 0.5, right? Because that's 1/2 of 1. So you just divide 1 by 2 and you get 0.5. And 4/5 is going to be 0.8. 7 out of 100 is going to be 0.07, and so on. Decimals to fractions. So 8.8 is always going to be 8 out of 10, right? Because anything over. And 0.22, you could do 22 out of 100. So anything that's in decimals, you just put over 100, and then it becomes that number, the decimals, over 100. And if they tell you to convert or to simplify, then you could divide both sides by 2. Right, divide by 2, then it becomes 11. 22 divided by 2 is 11. 100 divided by 2 is 50, and you can't simplify anymore. So it's going to be 1150. And now for number 3, it's going to be 78 divided by 100. And once again, for this, you could divide both sides by 2. Then if you divide 78 divided by 2, then you get 39. 39 over 50, right? Because 100 divided by 2 is 50. And you can't simplify anymore, so you get 39 over 50. And we'll just do one more. We'll just do 88. On number 8, you have 88 over 100 because you just put anything over 100. And then you can simplify, divide both sides by 2. 2 divided by 88 divided by 2 is 44. 100 divided by 2 is 50. And then you could divide once more by 2, which equals 22 over 25. And you can't simplify any longer, so the answer will be 22 over 25. And thank you for listening.